Hari Om Tat Sat. Sky Guardian, you ask, if you believe you can fly, will you be able to fly? If you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can ask a mountain to move, and it will. Just ask Hanumanji. But I see you asked if we can read from another section of the Vachanamrut, and yes, we certainly can. So, without further ado, let us crack open this book of spiritual discourses of Bhagwan Swaminarayan. This one is called Gadhadā 133, Blind Faith, Love, and Understanding. On the evening of Posh Vadhi the 5th, Samvat 1876, or the 5th of January 1820, Shriji Maharaj, Swaminarayan, was sitting facing east on a large decorated cot on the veranda outside the room next to the mandir, the Hindu house of worship of Sri Vasudev Narayan in the Khachar Darbar in Gadhadā. He was wearing a white case and had covered himself with a white cotton cloth. He had also tied a deep red or deep orange reto around his head. At that time, an assembly of munis, as well as devotees from various places, had gathered before him. Thereupon, Muktananda Swami asked, "The scriptures have described innumerable spiritual endeavors to please that source we call God. But amongst them all, which one is so powerful that it alone earns as much pleasure of God as is earned by performing all spiritual endeavors combined? Please reveal it to us." Now that's a tall order. What is that one way in which we may please that source, which is as good as all other ways combined? It almost sounds like he's asking for an easier way. Instead of doing all these things, oh Lord, what is that one thing I can do that's as good as the rest? Shriji Maharaj began by saying, "Please listen as I tell you the one spiritual endeavor by which God can be pleased." He then continued, "Accepting the firm refuge of God is the single greatest endeavor amongst all spiritual endeavors for pleasing God. That refuge, though, must be extremely firm and without any flaws. This refuge can be of 3 types. One way of having the refuge of God is with blind faith. If a person has intense blind faith, then even if someone such as Brahma, the Creator, were to attempt to deflect them from their refuge, he would not be able to deflect them. The second type is the firm refuge of God that is cultivated out of love. Even if a person possessing profound love for God forces themselves, they do not become attracted to any object other than God. This is known as firm refuge produced out of profound love. The third type is with understanding. A person who has profound intelligence understands the saguna nirguna, that with form and that without form, and anvay vyatirek aspects of God. They understand the entities that have been created by God's Maya, the material existence, as well as the ways of God's avatars, descensions on earth. They also understand how, at the time of the creation of the cosmos, God behaves as Akshar, how God behaves as Prakriti Purusha, nature and personhood or consciousness, how God behaves as Virat Purusha, and how God behaves as Brahma, the creator, and other Prajapatis. They also comprehend how God works through Narada, a great saint, the Sanakadik, and others for the purpose of granting liberation to the jivas, the individual souls. They also understand all these methods. Moreover, they realize that Purushottam Bhagavan transcends everything and is absolutely unaffected. They who have such an insight is said to have a firm refuge of God using their intelligence. If someone tries to dissuade them, or even if they try to dissuade themselves, such a refuge never diminishes. Also, regardless of whether God, after assuming a human form, exhibits their divine powers or acts powerless, such a person's intellect would not harbor any doubts. Thereafter, Shriji Maharaj said, "If you allow me, I wish to ask a question." Muktananda Swami said, "Maharaj, please do ask." Thereupon, Shriji Maharaj asked, "Of the 3 inclinations I have just described to you, which is your inclination?" After all, although a combination of all 3 inclinations is generally present in all the devotees of divinity, the inclination that is predominant is said to be the inclination they possess. So, of the 3, blind faith, love, and understanding, which is your inclination? Muktananda Swami and Brahmananda Swami both replied, "Our inclination is of understanding, jnana." Thereafter, the other sadhus also stated their own inclinations. And maybe that's a good moment to ask all of you, how do you wish to come to that source of existence? What is most appealing to you? Is it through blind faith, profound love, or through your intelligence, through knowledge and understanding? I am curious. In Tattvamasi, you share through jnana. G2 Infinity, you share through love. Diana as well. Arthur, you like blind faith. Marlene, you share through bhakti, love, devotion, love. And having fun, you say understanding. Dharma Boom, you share love as well. Catherine, you share blind faith. What about me? It's a good question. I definitely feel a combination of the three. Whereas before, I found understanding to be the most appealing. It can be overwhelming. So for a while I have been practicing the path of love, I would say most predominantly. And Mr. Mate, you share, you're not sure. You never know what you want, and that's okay. You definitely don't have to know, especially not right now.